So you're thinking of living in New Jersey, or perhaps you already live here and you're just looking to change it up? Well, if you're wondering where to start, I'm going to tell you. Stay tuned because we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to the Living in New Jersey channel, please feel free to click the subscribe button and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first one to be alerted to the ever-changing New Jersey real estate market, and of course alerted to awesome videos like this one, because it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. My name is Matthew Williamson. I'm a luxury realtor here in New Jersey, and my team and I get calls, emails, text, carrier pigeons, smoke signals. No to the faxes, folks. No to the faxes. Sound the alarm, everybody. Sound the alarm. We get communication on the daily from people just like you, prospective home buyers, prospective shoppers, looking to go from the dating site of homes left and right and hearting the house and heart me back. We would take people just like that and turn them into what you see here on the screen. Those are happy faces, folks. They made it to the closing table and they wrote us amazing reviews. Once again, whether you're looking to move in 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 weeks, 6 months, please feel free to reach out to us. We want to help you out. We want to show you around some towns. We want to explain how things work. And today is explaining to you where you start. And where you start is a word that really puts fear like into the mind. And that word, like nails on a chalkboard a little bit. That's a pre-approval. People are like,
no, not a pre-approval, God, no.
Pre-approval. That's where we start, but I'm gonna have an expert explain it to you. I'm gonna have an expert answer questions. And now that expert is gonna introduce himself.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Brian DeVito. I'm a licensed mortgage specialist with Guaranteed Rate. Been doing mortgages about 17 years. It's what I love, and hopefully we can give everybody some good tips today.
How many years is that, Brian?
17.
Wow. That's a long time. You're an avid Jets fan, aren't you?
I am. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Have they ever won a Super Bowl in the last 17 years?
No. We're here to talk about pre-approvals, not the Jets today.
Not the Jets. Okay. You can always switch to the Giants, but that's another conversation another time. So some of the questions that we get and that Brian is going to answer and that we're going to tackle. So having worked with many buyers over the years, I've collected sort of an amalgamation, right? A mix of all these questions. That's what this video is. We're going to give it to you in black and white, monochrome, simple to understand, no fancy nothing. There might be some fancy something. But one of the questions is, I don't want my credit to get dinged, right? I don't want Brian to pull my credit. I worked really hard. I've paid all my bills. I've paid my car payment. I've paid my cell payment. I've paid all my credit cards. I've paid down my student loan debt. I have been meticulous with my credit report to have a high score, and I do not want Brian to pull my credit so my score goes from 800 down to 600.
Well, first off, that's not going to happen. Second, if you are looking to purchase a home, whatever lender you use, whether it's me or somebody else, they're going to need to pull your credit report. And like I said, if your credit score is an 800 and you want to get pre-approved and the lender pulls your credit, your score is not going to go to a 600. The only way that your score would drop like that is if you miss payments or maybe you max out some of your credit cards. We're not going to go from an 800 to a 600 because somebody's looking to purchase a home.
And I know that this question's a little bit of a curveball because I know it varies. And so for you watching, this will vary, I'm sure. But in the past, have you had it where, in fact, for a particular buyer, for whatever the reason, that their credit, by pulling it, which is, it is a hard pull,
correct,
was not even affected?
Yeah. And I mean, one thing to throw out too is if you're looking at your credit score on like Credit Karma, or I know one of the credit cards that I have, if I log into my mobile app, I can click the link and it shows view your score. Those are totally different scores. Yeah. Those are soft pulls. And what I mean by that is when your credit is pulled on a soft pull, you're not looking to incur debt. That's just me, the consumer, on Credit Karma or in my mobile app. What is my credit score? If you're looking to get pre-approved, as Matthew said, it is a hard pull. Hard pull means you're looking for new debt. If we're pulling your credit, you're looking to get a mortgage. I've seen where the Credit Karmas and the credit card companies of the world, those scores may be higher than what we see because, again, it's not a hard pull. So it'll give you a gauge of where your score is, but don't put all your eggs in that basket.
Another question that I get from a lot of people, from a lot of buyers, is I don't want to pull my credit yet until I find the house, right? Until I find the home that I think works for me, then I'll pull the credit. Now, I feel like that question, that's sort of a lender-realtor blend a little bit. The way I look at that question in regards
to, well, I don't want to have it pulled yet. I want to find my home first.
I look at it this way as a real estate professional. How do you know how much you can afford, right? Unless you're a psychic, and if you are, you should play the Powerball, right? Unless you are a psychic, there is no way to know. because as a home buyer, you look at it sort of one-dimensionally, right? You're just thinking of yourself. Oh, my credit's probably good. I saw my score. I'm good to go. I know I can afford this. There's a certain way you're looking at it versus how a lender looks at it. If you have someone that says, "Yeah, I don't want to pull my credit yet. I don't want Brian to do that until I find a home." My take on that is, well, how do you know where to start? How do you as a home buyer know, hey, that home you saw online, absolutely you can afford that. As the person shopping, as the home buyer, how do you know, home buyer, that you can afford that house if you haven't spoken to a lender or a bank?
Yeah, they don't. Unless you're in this business, unless you're writing mortgages, you don't know what the debt to income ratio requirements are. You don't know how to potentially calculate income. If you're serious, and again, I'm going to stress this, whether you're looking to buy a home now, 4 months, 6 months, get pre-approved. Have your credit pulled. There's no harm in doing that. You're going to know financially where you stand. Say you applied today and you got pre-approved. Say you're not looking to buy for the next 6 months, but say you're in communication with Matthew and next Tuesday, the home that checks off all your boxes, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, fenced in yard, the dream home pops up on the market. Because your ducks are in a row and you're already pre-approved, you could be able to, potentially make an offer. So don't wait.
So you got both of our perspectives on that. Let's go to the next question up, right? The third question out there. So we've touched base on credit scores. We've touched base on the outlook of, I want to find the house first. Well, what kind of comes along with that as well is, I don't want Brian to pull my credit because I'm not ready to basically buy tomorrow. I may not be ready to buy for 60 days from now. How good are pre-approvals? How long do they last?
So they last for 120 days. So as Matt said, if you're thinking of buying in 60 days, what's going to prevent you from getting pre-approved today? Nothing besides yourself. Just do it. It's easy. Everything's done online. To get pre-approved, it literally takes about 10 to 15 minutes. You go to my website, you answer a bunch of questions. System hits my system. I'm going to follow up with you. We're going to go through it together. And at that point, we'll be able to determine your budget, or sometimes with first-time home buyers, they may qualify for a $5,000 a month payment, let's say. They may tell me,
You know what, Brian? I don't want to spend more than $3,500.
well, that's great information, because then what we could do, we can work backwards and see, okay, you want to spend $3,500 a month? Here's the amount of cash that you have for the down payment and closing costs. Here's the price of the home that you need to be looking at.
That was good. That was a good explanation. That really was. It was good. So we talked about, it doesn't take long, 15 minutes at best, right? And you're going to reach out to them anyways.
And you can do that from the comfort of your home or on your phone.
So 15 minutes, really easy to do. And once again, I'll dive into that a little bit. We'll peel a few layers of the onion in regards to filling it out online. If you are concerned about, should I put this in or that in? It's a correct assumption to say, just put in what they think is right, because you're going to call them anyways, and then you can correct.
We can make any changes. Or, I see that all the time with people that are self-employed, the income that they state on the application versus what's reported on the tax return. They're two totally different numbers, because again, you're not a mortgage rep. You don't know how to properly calculate income, but I do. So I'll be able to make any changes or corrections on the application after it's done.
So basically what we've covered here is your credit is not going to get demolished if Brian pulls it. You need to know what you can afford, not from your end, from the bank's end, right? What the bank will give you. They can correct information if they're not sure about what they put in, right? And It's fast, 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, easy peasy. It lasts for 4 months, 120 days. Your credit's not going to get demolished.
There's so much more to add, but if you have any questions, I'm sure Matt's going to put my contact information, down there somewhere.
All the information will be absolutely down below. And I guess we can slightly finish off with saying, you are a Jets fan. Will you help a Cowboys fan?
I'll help anybody. I'm a football fan. I do love the Jets, but
will you help a Steelers fan?
I'll help anybody. If you're looking to buy a home and get pre-approved, I don't care what football
Doesn't
team.
matter.
I don't even care if you like football. Maybe you like baseball, soccer. I don't care. Hockey.
Soccer. Okay, hockey. That's interesting. All right. Well, once again, thank you all for watching. Hopefully, Brian and myself explained pre-approval in a fun and entertaining way. If you found value in this, if you thought it was fun, please click the subscribe button. Once again, tap the bell for notifications so you can be notified of amazing videos like this going into the future. And down below, as I said, all of our contact information will be down below in the description. And I will see you around the block. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching.
Take care.
Take care.